Hello, hello, hello. Lisa Zimmer here today. Hello. Welcome. Lisa Zimmer here today. It is Monday, August 31st. Hey, Miss Melanie. Keeping with tradition, being the first one logged in. Hi, Catrice. I don't know if I said your name right, but hopefully I did. Yay! You love the Vavoom hair? I did my hair. I did. All right, I'm gonna dig right in while people are getting on. I'm gonna oil up, right? Because that's what we do here. You are joining me. So excited Tabitha's on. I shared your testimonial, Tabitha. All right. I'm gonna roll some adaptive in a Mauve. There's nothing better when you're wanting to build a doTERRA business than to be a product of the product, right? And have top of mind awareness for your amazing product and how you can incorporate it into your everyday life, how you can um, incorporate it into the everyday life of people around you without being gross. We're going to talk about some of that today. Right, looks like a few more peeps are on. I'm Lisa Zimmer. I love to teach people how to do business better. So, this is my Facebook group called Lisa Zimmer Essential Oils Biz Tips. And so, what I do here is I love to teach anyone, but primarily doTERRA essential oilers, about business, right? And how to make their business better, how to make it simpler, how to make it more duplicatable, meaning that other people can and want to do what you do. All right. Hi, Karen. Glad you could join us on your day off. All right. And thanks for all the compliments on the hair. Every time you get a new haircut, you have to figure out what you're doing. And looks like I figured out what I'm doing today, thank goodness. And hopefully I'll keep my hands out of it because I actually did it for once. So, okay, we're gonna dig right in. I am super excited about a convention training group that my friend Mandy and I have put together for you. We have created a convention group that you're going to get a Lisa Zimmer make and take, right? Within as soon as I possibly can get it done. Um, as soon as they announce convention products, I'm going to dive in, get my research in, and get a make and take put together for you. And I'm excited because I've learned from past experiences how to make my products for you more valuable so you can use them all the time. And what I mean by that is in the past, I've launched a convention make and take, and it was called Convention Make and Take. Well, now I've learned that that's not the best option for you. I want you to be able to use that product forever. And that's no good because that was for that particular convention. So I'm super excited about going into this new design where as soon as they launch the products, I'm going to have a make and take for you that you're going to be able to use forever, right? It's going to have convention products into it, but I'm going to look at the underlying theme and benefits of the new products as they come out and put a make and take together for you that's going to tie back to something that just about everyone needs this doTERRA for, and put it together for you and put a nice little bow on it. So when you get into my training group with Mandy, you're gonna get that make and take. You're gonna get ebook on the products. We call it like a guide or a training book. You're gonna get graphics to post right now. So get on in there. We'll get the group posted for you here. If someone types it in the comments, I can pin it to the top. And so you get graphics to post right now, graphics to post during convention, graphics to post after convention. You get a challenge that we put together for you. If you haven't done our challenges yet, feel free. I see some of you who are really good at our challenges. Post in the comments what our challenges do for you. So to give you an idea of our challenges and what they do for you, I have all the challenges that we've created in the units tab of my Facebook group, right? So I run my challenge. Everybody sees for 5, 10, 20 days, whatever the challenge is that we've created, that information, and gets educated and gets excited about buying those products. And then we store it in the units tab. So as new members come in and they're tagged in our units tab in the FAQ system that says read through everything in the units tab, there's a unit there for each challenge. So when I'm working with someone and they're new and I know these convention products are going to be amazing for them, right? But say it's 6 months from now, I tag them in that unit. So I have evergreen, permanent, robust content in my Facebook groups, which keeps me from having to do way less work, right? And that unit is going to take them through and teach them all about those products without me having to use my mouth or me in person, right? Automate to duplicate. Now, someone who's brand new can do exactly what I just did, and they don't have to know anything, right? This is what I've been teaching you to get your life and time back in doTERRA, right? It's got to be easy. All right. So, Patricia, you certainly can take or participate in the convention group even if you're not in the US, but just know that everything isn't going to pertain to you, right? So, if there are products that you don't get yet, but what you can learn is some information about those products. I'm on the fence about that one, Patricia, because it is US specific, right? Whereas our other challenges are good for other markets. You just edit the information yourself, and so I'm kind of on the fence about the convention one for you, but I'll let you decide. You still learn. You get into our group to collaborate with your peers, and we got the inside scoop on a couple things for the convention kit. Yay! And so join us this Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for a special training on launching the convention kits this year. All right, everything's going to be different, and so go ahead and get into that group. The link to it is posted at the top of the comments, and then we'll repost it when I'm done. All right, so convention strategy, get into our convention group. Even not being in the convention group, I hope you're telling people about convention, right? Getting them excited about convention, sending them the link to registration because it's only $30 if they don't get the swag. I hope y'all got your swag. It was only $30, $35 more, and that backpack is amazeballs. The oil is great, the supplements case is great, and I'm already using my notebook that came in with it. So I'm excited. This is a great size and lightweight, and it's going to fit in my purse. All right, so get signed up for convention. All right, let's talk about my list of things I wanted to talk about prior to that. I'm glad to have it those on because she shared an amazing testimonial on what my WWZD courses are doing for her. So hopefully everyone in this group is doing doTERRA to build a business, right? That's the main goal. What Tabitha shared with me is my WWZD training courses. Those are basically 2-week, more intense training courses that you can do anytime. We teach you concept, we teach you critical thinking, we teach you how to do my magical marketing with math and apply it to all things, not just what we're doing right then. I tell you exactly what to do every day, and I give you the systems and processes and reminders how to do it. So why do we do that? Well, people forget what they're supposed to be doing. I have seen people post questions that I know finished WWZD and participated, and then doTERRA comes out with something new and they completely forget the foundation or concept that they already know what to do. They just have to apply what they learned in WWZ to this new one. So that's the reason you join every one. Actually, the information is different. There are some similar underlying concepts, but everyone is different. And they're real time, folks. They're not just a pre recorded, slap it together and have you listen. It's real time. You get on Zooms with me, you get personal interaction. You get to collaborate with your peers. We get on, we problem solve. I teach you how, if doTERRA pops up and says, hey, here's this thing today we didn't tell you about, I teach you how to analyze it, strategize it, maximize it, and make it work for you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes it's bad stuff, right? Sometimes things happen. Hand wash goes out of stock and the world comes to an end. Speaking of which, hand wash is back. Woo! Okay, so go get your hand wash. Okay, so let's talk about moving that business from hobby to building, right? That's what my WWZD program course does for you. You want to make sure, people keep asking me, which ones should I do? There's like 12 of them. Get signed up for 12 because it's early bird pricing. Okay, get signed up for 12 because it's early bird pricing. But it doesn't full blown start until September 15th. All right. But you want to get in now because I already put stuff in it. I get really excited and put stuff in it early. And so I've already got stuff in there from some of my collaborators and some of my own. And so we've already got stuff in there for you to launch a class on mask sprays and the recipes and the label templates to print at home. Okay, so get in there for that. There's some other stuff in there too, and I forgot already because I got so excited I loaded it super early. Right, so get in there for that. So the difference between a hobby and a business. A hobby is you don't have systems and processes in place, and you're not taking it seriously as far as earning income and building a business. Um, and so what happens is you do the fun things, and that's awesome. You're going to have all kinds of sharers and builders in your group. I have plenty of people in my doTERRA team that do it for a hobby. I have plenty of customers that never share, right? They don't even enroll their friends and family, they refer them to me. It takes all kinds to build your business, okay? It takes all kinds of people to build your doTERRA team. There's nothing wrong with any of them. But if you want to take your hobby to the next level, you need to figure out your systems and processes, right? And so we cover these all the time in here, but for the intense training, get into WWZD. Order 12, make sure you're doing 11. I want to use an example of something that's in 11 that's applicable to your business 365 days a year. And then make sure with the health crisis of 2020 that you get started at 8. 8 through 12 are going to be teaching you how to do your business right now with all the changes that we have going on. Okay, so all right, so let's take our businesses from hobby to building. Okay, let's get our systems and processes in place. Let's change our mindset. The other thing I want to talk about is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So list in the comments some things that are good. All right, list some things in the comments that are good, that you think are good, because what you think is good, bad, or ugly about the doTERRA business or network marketing, somebody else might have a different opinion. So post in the comments what you think is good. Okay, so some things that I think are good about network marketing, the doTERRA business, the company doTERRA, whatever, right? I think it's good that I invested 2 years of my life and worked on my doTERRA business as a business, and I dedicated 2 years of my life to it full time. And for me, full time is 40 to 60 hours a week. I've never worked less than 60 hours a week. I like to work. Okay. Unfortunately, I worked harder than I needed to. And that's why you have the trifold that I create, the 60-second enrollment, the FAQ system. All of the tools that I've created were born from the mistakes and frustrations of dedicating 2 years of my life nonstop. I've been doing this 6 years, but I jumped in with both feet and said, I can do this. I read a book called The 4-Year Career. You don't need to get the book. You can just Google like network marketing tips. And it talked about how if you dive in and get a foundation started and really dive in, right, and do it 100% and don't stop and don't give up when things get hard, you can have a business that starts duplicating without you, and you can have that residual income. And so I did it. I went crazy and did it, right? Got to diamond in less than 2 years. Had I structured properly, I would have been at diamond at less than 12 months and blue at 2. But instead, now we're still, blue so at 6 years, right? But I learned all that and then turned it into something for all of you. Okay. So the good is my family has been financially stable for 4 years and debt free. We were used to being in debt and poor, and so I did not change my lifestyle as my income grew. Okay. And I've very minimally changed my lifestyle now, and my income is very, very good at Blue Diamond, and I have multiple other businesses and companies that my family is working on, right? So I never changed my lifestyle. Okay. So the good for me is my son's college is paid for. I'm debt free. I have free time now. I didn't have free time for 2 years because I invested every second of every day into my doTERRA business. I also love doTERRA so much that I wanted to do that. I couldn't eat, sleep, or drink without thinking about doTERRA. I dreamed about doTERRA. I dreamed about making rollers. I dreamed about helping other people with their health and wellness and changing their lives. And so the good for me is unlimited. I get to leave in the middle of the day and go to my son's cross country meets. I get to live in Florida and help take care of my parents throughout the year when they're in Florida. I get to live in Illinois and be here with my son and my husband. I get to do what I want to do when I want to do it because I sacrificed and gave up some of my time, right? And so that is the good for me, okay? What's some of the bad? What's some of the bad? Same thing. Some of the bad, I gave up 2 years of my life. And doTERRA isn't perfect every day because doTERRA is a business. doTERRA is not someone else's business. doTERRA is my business. doTERRA is a company that has put things into place for me, awesome products, an awesome LRP rewards program for people to reorder and give me a 65% retention rate if I do my job well. When I was doing my job at my best, I was at 75 to 80% retention rate for my team. Now I'm down to be average at 65%. It's hard for me to be average. The overachiever in me doesn't love it, but that's also where I'm learning to give myself some grace. It's okay for me to be average, okay? So the bad, a lot of times, can be the same category as the good. All right. The things I did to get the good things that I have, sometimes those are the bad things. And sometimes those can be the ugly things. Okay. So when I am feeling insecure about myself, right, I focus on the ugly. Who does that? When you're feeling insecure and bad about yourself, the ugly. Ooh, taxes, right? The taxes, that's bad and ugly. Keeping receipts, that's bad and ugly. I can literally take anything that you say and spin it to fit in the good, the bad, or the ugly category, right? Linda. So the bad is it's all on me. And if I'm not thriving, there's no one else to blame. I love this, Linda, because that's exactly where I was going, right? That was one of the things. So the last 2 days, boy, I feel like I'm going to cry and I don't know why. The last 2 days, I've been incredibly hard on myself and feeling like a failure, right? That happens, it sneaks in. Hormones, lack of sales, whatever. I hit my goal. I did not hit my goal this month by the 15th of the month. That's what I try to do, right? I finished up my goal this last week, and it wasn't what I like to see, right? I'm not sure if I've even enrolled. I don't think I even enrolled anyone this month. Okay, so I can make excuses, aka tell you my reasons, right? See how one's positive, one's negative. Anything that comes out of your mouth, I can make a positive or a negative because I'm learning to see the bright side, like my husband. Okay, so it's all on me. That Linda says in her statement, that's the bad, right? So this weekend, I made it all on me and I made it bad, all right? So if you're in this boat with me where now is not the best time you've ever had in doTERRA, let's talk about why. It's all on me. I have two choices. I can look at my no enrollments and not reaching my rank as quickly as I usually do, and I can grade myself on that and grade my life on that, or I can grade my life on the fact that I got to be here with my son when he went back to school. We did back to school shopping. We've been walking. My husband and I are trying to walk almost every day when it's not too hot. We've been doing all family meals together. We've been doing family time every single night. And we've been together 7 days a week, even though my son's gone back to school. He's going back to school. I make sure, or I'm trying to make sure that when he gets home from school at 2:30, I'm not on the phone and working, that I am present and here for him. That's what's making me emotional. Okay. I have to pick if I'm going to choose for that to be the good, the bad, or the ugly. If I'm feeling insecure, I'm going to choose to feel bad about no enrollments this month and not killing it. Right? Or I can give myself some grace and remind myself that I made other choices for where I'm at in my life and my business today. Okay. What can happen to a lot of us is that we love doTERRA so much that we don't want to take breaks from it. We want to do it all the time. You have to make sure that you're taking some time for your family, time for yourself, time for balance, right? In the last month, most definitely in the last week, but in the last month, I started shutting my phone off at night. I started shutting my phone off for long periods of time. I stopped walking around with that phone in my hand and Facebook open all of the time. Okay. I made choices for my quality of life, and because I was getting burnt out, I was getting to the point where when I did get a message, um, when I did get a message, I wasn't excited and inspired, right? And I need to be excited and inspired about my business, right? And so it's so important to tune out that noise. Just got a message from a doTERRA friend in here, right? Tune out that noise, okay? Tune out the noise of your naysayers who make fun of your oils. Tune out the noise of the loved ones who haven't gotten on board and inspired with the same mission as you yet, okay? My husband is polypositive. My husband, it does not matter what we're talking about. In fact, yesterday we were talking about vacation VRBOs or Airbnbs, and we have had horrific experiences with most of them. We'll get there and they'll be filthy, and we'll get there at 11 o'clock at night, and dirty sheets, dirty towels, hair all over, just gross, right? And you're stuck, and that's happened repeatedly. And he does not remember any of that. He only remembers the good. He's like, oh, but that was the one with the cute decorations and so close to the beach, and we had the best time ever. Da 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 da. He always finds the good in every situation. I'm always good at finding the bad or the ugly because I'm a problem solver and I want to solve it, right? So it's up to you on what your good, your bad, and your ugly are, okay? So one of the uglies for me is I have a certain heart, a servant heart, right? That's good. That's a good thing. What's what's really ugly for me is I feel responsible for every single one of you 32,000 people in here. I feel responsible for you. It's a genetic disorder I have, I guess, right? So that can be ugly because when you're not doing well, I feel bad for you. I have empathy, right? And it's very hard for me. It's very hard for my team when they're not doing well. Well, guess what? That's not my responsibility and not my fault. But the bad for me and the ugly is that I feel responsible, right? My team has to decide to work on their business. My team has to decide to do the text blitzing. Okay, I love this. Linda's got this right. We give others more grace than we give ourselves. I'm one of the most gracious people on the planet. All right, I'm one of the most gracious people on the planet. All right, let's talk about some other good, bad, and ugly. All right, let's talk about gossip and negativity. And is that a valuable part of your business? Worrying about gossip and being in all the Facebook groups and who did what and who said what and da 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 da. Does it affect your business in any way? It does, right? It affects your business greatly because you are letting it, all right? I've actually left all over 100 Facebook groups in the last week. The only Facebook groups that I'm a part of are mine and people that I do projects and business with, right? I am not in doTERRA Facebook groups because I have my team app. So I knew right away today, my team app, that because I'm a diamond and above, I knew that the hand wash is back in stock. The second I know these things, I post it in here for you. This group is not allowed to have any negative comments, unsupportive comments, complaining, or negative comments or behaviors. I've been running this group for 3.5 years now and have never had a problem with that, right? So I left any other group that allows negativity, disrespect towards others. Why is that important for you to know, right? Being in a group and reading about so and so said this and so thinks someone did this, is that income producing activity? Is that helping you enroll someone? Is that helping you change someone's health and wellness? Is that giving you a paycheck at the end of that time invested? I can tell you what my hourly rate is because I love math, right? My hourly rate cannot be spent on who said what. Oh, the system's down, the world's going to end, I need to tell everybody about it. Nope, ain't got time for that. I cannot afford to spend a single second of my day on that. Oh, this item's out of stock. Let's go into a group and bitch about it. Ain't got time for that, folks. That does not give me a paycheck at the end of the day. It does not change someone's health and wellness for the rest of their life. And it does not help me help one of my builders be successful. Get out or turn notifications off. If you are not gleaning what you need to improve your mindset, improve your business, improve your processes, inspire you, help you be more positive, get out. Make sure you are present when you are in doTERRA. Be present. When your children come home from school, be present. When you are sitting down for dinner with your family, put this evil device away and be present. Make the most of each of the categories in your life the best it can be and put that phone away. Unless you are working, put that phone away so that you can be good at each category of your life. Don't make them all bad or ugly because you're not being present for each of them and giving them your full attention and dedication. I would rather be average at doTERRA right now and be a good mom. I don't have to be the best mom. That's not my area of, what's the right word for it? I am not the picture perfect mother, right? I make choices to be a good mom. I don't need to be the best mom. I make choices to be good at doTERRA. I don't have to be the best if I'm getting my cup filled up in all the other areas, right? You've got to invest the time in your doTERRA business and make some sacrifices, but make sure that you're keeping a good balance, right? So, how not to be gross in your business. All right. So, did you know that if you put in writing on Facebook something bad about someone, whether you posted it or not, even if you're just sharing someone else's words and it's not true, right? Even if it is true, you can still be held for liable, but especially when it's not true, that it's actually illegal. It's called libel. Why do we want to talk about that? We want to talk about that today because that affects your doTERRA business every day, all right? You never want to put something negative about someone else on social media publicly. You really shouldn't do it at all, okay? It's not necessary. It's not going to build you up. It's not going to help you make money, right? Why don't we do that? I never go on social media and say that Young Living is bad. It's another oil company. Young Living is bad, all right? And list reasons why it's bad, okay? First of all, it's not necessary. Second of all, anything you say to defame another person or business is libel. Okay, Google it, libel. If you say it, that's slander. If you put it in writing, it's libel, and you can be sued and you can actually be arrested and charges brought against you. Don't do it. I don't care if it's your neighbor that you can't stand who's crazy. I don't care if it's a politician that you can't stand, right? Actually, politicians are exempt from that, and that's a weird thing that I researched when my husband became mayor, and people were committing libel against him. All right, so when you're a politician and put yourself in the public eye like that, right? People do and can say bad things against them. You look bad when you say and repeat bad things about other people or businesses. You will never hear me say anything bad about another oil company. To succeed and do a good job in my business, I need to help people focus on my company, my product, and how I can help them. Okay? People like to say, well, what about CBD versus copaiba and doTERRA? I will never post anything about that. And why is that? I don't need to discredit CBT to prove that my product is better or as good. That's bad business, okay? Because people that love this other product, I've now turned them away and I've now closed my market, right? So good, bad, and ugly. Be good, don't be bad and ugly. Be good, don't be gross. That's gross. If you ever find something negative in any way, shape, or form coming out of your mouth, say to yourself, oh no, I'm being gross. All right? So there's no reason for me to attack a competitor. There's no reason for me to ever attack another doTERRA wellness advocate for any reason. Okay, there's always reasons. We talk about this a lot, right? We've talked about this like no dibs in doTERRA. There's usually a story that you know nothing about, okay? We talk about this because one thing I will never tolerate in here is so-and-so stole my customer, or so-and-so stole my builder, or so-and-so stole my da-da-da-da-da, right? So say you've been working with someone, you've sampled them, and they go and roll with someone else. Who is to blame in that scenario? I guarantee you it is not the someone else. But guess what's easiest for us to do for the blame game? This is where we get gross and ugly and we don't choose to be good. We blame the other person that got the business out of jealousy, spite, and frustration. Jealousy, spite, and frustration are usually the tellers of the incorrect story. In that situation, the correct story is that person chose someone else and it wasn't you. Maybe they didn't like you. Maybe you didn't give them the appropriate information so that they could choose you. Maybe it was right place, right time. Maybe they knew that person all along. Maybe that person was better at their job than you. I learned this back in real estate, oh, holy cow, 20 years ago. Yikes. I just aged myself there. So I started in real estate in 1999. All right. Do you know I started that way? I cannot believe so and so just took my listing. They even took my listing before the contract up, which was illegal, right? And I blamed them. But whose fault was it? It was my client's fault, right? That one wasn't my fault. That was my client's fault for making bad decisions. You know whose fault it never was? The other agents. It was never the other agent's fault, all right? My client lied to the other agent and said that the contract was up. My client lied to the other agent and said that I didn't do open houses. My client lied to the agent about a lot of things. And do you know what I did? I could have forced that client to stay with me legally. And do you know what I did? I let it go and I learned from it. I let it go and I learned from it. You know what I did? I learned from it and I learned how to take that bad and ugly and I learned how to make it good. All right, so I go to, and that was on a $60,000 house, okay? So if you do math times 3.5%, that was my half. You know, I lost like 1,800 bucks gross. It was my early in my career, so I got half of that, like 900 bucks, okay? So I'll tell you, real estate transactions financially are far more important than losing a doTERRA transaction when it comes to finances, right? I lose a doTERRA customer, they have a lifetime value of $2,500 or a 22 or 45 or $100, starter commission. In real estate, it was anywhere from $900 to I think my largest commission was $27,000 for selling one house, right? So we were in the realm of the $27,000 house. And I went on a listing appointment, and it was me and multiple other agents that were being interviewed at the same time. That's how the business worked with these big corporations. Imagine that. Imagine talking to your customers. I want you to remind yourself that every time you are talking to your customer, it is just like a real estate situation where they interview 3 or 4 agents. When you are working with that customer, do a great job and pretend that they are talking to 3 or 4 more other doTERRA advocates, and they're going to pick the person that does the best job, that connects with them the most. You will become a far better wellness advocate very quickly. So I go in, I do my listing presentation. I research and find out who my competitors are to make sure that I'm doing the best. To make sure that after, this was many years into my business, right? So say 10 years into my business, I knew what Marianne was going to present. I knew what, I forget their names even, it's not that important to me anymore. Jimmy Jack was going to present. I knew what they said and did in their listing presentations. Just like you need to know your competitors. What does your competitor offer that's different, right? So when I am up against, say someone says, oh, I use Young Living. Oh, fantastic. That is, I'm so excited you're into natural health and wellness. So I love that they have a rewards program too. I don't know the details of the rewards program, but I love that we get 30% back in our rewards program, and we get 100% of our shipping back on every order, and we only have to spend a minimum of $1 a month. I just love that. So hopefully you're taking advantage of that when you do order their product. I would love to share with you some of the products that we don't have to complement that, or some that you might want to replace. But we love having Young Living people in our group. I have signed up. I probably have a couple hundred Young Living people in my doTERRA group, folks. It doesn't have to be one or the other, right? But what did I never do? I never discredited that company or the products that they offer. I focused on what was good about mine, and I made sure and I knew what was better. My rewards program is better. My shipping refunding program is better. I didn't have to tell her that hers was bad and worse. I just told her what was better about mine, knowing that she would know that mine was better. See the difference there? So I'd go on these listing appointments, right? And I went on a listing appointment. I was 100% confident they were going to choose me. I killed it. I met with the wife and I killed it. Husband came home, looked at the numbers. The other realtors lied about the value of the product, lied about what their marketing would be. Oh, I'm married to someone at the company and my husband's going to tell everyone that works there about it. And oh, your house is worth more, blah, 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 blah. When she called me to tell me we didn't get the listing. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed to hear that. I was looking forward to working with you. I really enjoyed our time together, and I know that we would work well together because I am here for you and will take care of you. I have fewer listings, and so I have more time for you. Can you tell me what I could have done differently or done better?" And she said, "Well, it was price, and the one that we chose is married to someone at the corporation that my husband works at, and they're going to tell everyone." I said, "Fantastic." I said, "Do you want me to tell you that I can sell it for that price and mislead you so that you make poor financial decisions moving forward on your next move? Because I can do that. I choose not to because I hold myself to a higher standard. I would rather tell you what you're really probably going to get for your house and have you make a plan moving forward based on that financial decision than inflate what my product actually does and set you up for disappointment." I like to build my business in real estate on the theory of surprise and delight. I want to surprise and delight you with my performance and have you have a positive, healthy experience moving forward. I regret that you didn't see the value in that. If there's any chance at all that I could speak to your husband, I would be so honored if he would give me some of his time so that I can help him see the difference. Sharing about your house at the corporation, unfortunately, isn't going to do anything for you because that's not a realtor that's going to be able to sell the house. Nowadays, it's going to be on realtor.com. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be impossible for everyone not to know about it. So I want to make sure that you're making this decision based on fact and not fiction. I would love to talk to him if I ever get the opportunity. But based on our conversation, I will work on doing a better job in my presentations in the future so that I can continue to improve my business. Let me know if he ever wants to speak to me so I can share with him some of the things that we discussed today that went so well. Thank you so much, Susie Q. I look forward to showing your house for you as a buyer's agent and bringing people through, and I know you're going to have great success in the future. I had a call 2 hours later and they gave me the listing contract. Do you know why? I always tell the truth. I never overpromise and underdeliver. And I never said anything specifically bad about that agent. I addressed the situation in the process, but I never said those agents overprice, those agents lie. I never said that oil company has adulterated oils. I said doTERRA has scientifically proven that they are one of only 3 companies, of only 3 oil companies in the world with unadulterated oils. 2 small mom and pop companies and doTERRA. So I just told them that the other company that they've been buying oils from has unadulterated oils without having to say your company carries unadulterated oils. Do you see the difference? Right? You do not have to be the bad and the ugly. You never have to be the bad and ugly ever. Okay? You can do it by promoting yourself and your product positively. Know your product. All right? My product at doTERRA is the best. We have scientific evidence for it, but most importantly, you're going to use it and you're going to have great results. And then we're going to talk about that. And if you don't, then we're going to talk about that. And I want to know, usually it's because they don't use it. That's the only time it fails, folks, is when they don't use it usually. 99.9% of the time. Okay? So be the good, don't be the bad or the ugly. All right? That's going to translate throughout your whole life. Always choose the good. I want you to teach your children this. I want you to teach your grandchildren this. I teach my son this, and my son has had the most amazing school experience ever. My son is not the most popular. He's not the tallest. He's not the whatever. He's not the best dressed. I don't know. What do kids grade each other on? But guess what? He doesn't care because he always chooses the good. That makes him a happy, healthier person. He's going to be amazing in business because he's like going to identify the bad and the ugly and he's going to turn them good. All right? I've got so many comments. I haven't been able to read any of them. All right. So let's get excited about convention because it's going to be amazing. Your business explodes. Your business is going to explode in September, October, November, and December. All right. And between Mandy and I's convention group, get in the convention group so we can teach you how to maximize that. Then get in WWZD 12, right? I'm going to tell you every single day in WWZD 12 what I'm doing and why. Okay, what am I doing and why, right? Today I'm going through my back office, make sure all my builders hit. Normally I would have done that by now since it's the last day of the month, but I've set my new boundaries where I'm not doing that stuff on the weekends, so I did not do it Saturday and Sunday. Plus, I'm teaching my builders, it's their business, not mine. I'll show up and pop in and see what I can do to help them, but it's their business, not mine, and they need to run it that way, all right? So, holy cow, lots of comments. Okay, so let's get ready for convention. Get into the convention group. Let's get into our WWZDs and get the ball rolling. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. Someone that is in, not someone, I see these all the time, some people that are in WWZDs and the answers are right there for them. This is why you do WWZDs over and over and over. Okay, you do a new one each time because we forget. You know how I teach you repetition, 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 consistency, 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 okay? Because we are just like children. We are human beings and we need repetition to remember, right? Our children did not learn the alphabet by hearing it once. They learned by repetition, 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 okay? Repetition, repetition, repetition. I can do the Greek alphabet and I haven't done it in 30 years. Ugh, 30 years, right? Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, right? Repetition, repetition, repetition. When I was being hazed in college for my sorority, I had to say that 100 times a day, right? So I know it even 30 years later. And of course, I still know the regular alphabet, okay? Repetition, repetition, repetition. I tell you, when doTERRA comes out with a promotion, You know to text blitz, you know to post about it and how on Facebook to get a communication channel opened so that you can take that communication, they engage, whether it's a like or a comment, and I teach you how to take that into private messaging and texting and do the 60-second enrollment and enroll them, right? But doTERRA comes out with something new, say Silver Club, right? In WWZD 12, we're going to cover Silver Club. In fact, I'll have the Silver Club graphics loaded here this week, right? Because Silver Club starts tomorrow. We're going to touch on Silver Club, which is beneficial for everyone in their business, right? That's a good example too. Silver Club is nothing different than building your business every single day. Your enrollments just get a breathe roller, people, right? So people get so hyper focused on recreating the wheel every time. And in WWZDs, I help you to stop doing that. People are saying, oh, Silver Club, what do we do now? You do the same thing that I tell you to do every single day in WWZD. It's absolutely not different. Take your WWZD 11 keychain graphics, text blitz it. All this is in WWZD 11. Take the text blitz script, send the graphic, right? And send it to the people on your team that you haven't sent it to yet. Okay? And you ask them to host a class. You post it publicly on social media and you ask people if they want one of these, right? This is not new. This is the exact same process no matter what promotion is going on. Just because doTERRA put a title on it called Silver Club or Diamond Club or Founders Club or Incentive Trip does not make the process change. The process is still the same. It's the Zimmer system process. Okay? So, yay, speaking of which, yay, I qualified for the incentive trip. Yay, I already have 100 points for Founders Club. Haven't even been tracking any of that. And I got presents for both. Yay, right? But guess what? I don't even look that up, honestly, or care, right? Because I don't need to because my business doesn't change. I'm doing the things, right? I learned how to do the things by becoming I was in first place, I think first or second place in the incentive trip. I was number 7 in the company for the incentive trip 2 years in a row. I logged in all the time and tracked everything, da 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 da. What it did was taught me how to pay attention, what I needed to do to help people better, and what I needed to do to build my business. Well, now I know that. And I teach you that in all the WWZDs every single day. What you have to do is keep taking WWZDs and remind yourself, oh, Lisa already covered that. It's text listing, posting the graphic, creating the communication channel, getting them into the private messaging, closing the deal, 60-second enrollment, launching them. Sending them the welcome email, sending them the goodie bags, sending healthy habits, make and take, master your metabolism, make and take, and maybe one other make and take, folded up with their goodie bag and the LLV trifolds and sharing trifold, whatever. You're going to send them some stuff to build them from there, right? The process doesn't change no matter what title doTERRA puts on the promo. You could say I'm doing Silver Club, Diamond Club, Founders Club, Incentive Trip. My process does not change. How I reach out to people does not change. Master the process so you don't get overwhelmed. Okay? I don't care if you're talking to a doctor, a lawyer, a realtor, your neighbor, the kindergarten teacher. You give them all an intro trifold and you teach them about their health and wellness and how to get started in doTERRA. If you want to talk to them about the business, which you should, see if there's a professional trifold that fits them to enroll them, right? Medical professional and an intro trifold. Real estate professional and an intro trifold. If the kindergarten teacher would be amazing at business and you know that and you think she might be interested, intro trifold, and a growing a business trifold, right? It's the same process every time. They get a trifold. Talk to them about health and wellness, business opportunity, enroll them, all right? Stick to the process, and this will never be overwhelming or complicated. Doesn't matter what situation you throw in front of me right now, I know how to handle it. Oh, my friend has this health concern. Awesome. Let's get them on the phone. I'm going to do the 60-second enrollment. I'm going to launch them. I'm going to tag them in my Facebook group. If they're not on Facebook, I'm going to make sure and email them some information or whatever. Don't care. My website back office has FAQs in it, right? My Facebook, doesn't matter. You're going to create a process and you're going to stick to the process. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they make $10 an hour. I don't care if they make $1 million an hour. I don't care if they're a doctor or if they clean my house. It's the same process, right? All right. Definitely couldn't see the questions today. So, all right, let's get launched in a convention. I'll post links for stuff up here when we're done. Let's not be gross. Be good people. Don't gossip. No reason to. Doesn't build your business. Definitely doesn't make you a better person, right? I learned this back when my husband ran for mayor. Okay, my husband ran for mayor. Where I live, all right, that is a servant leader position. My husband gave up a 6-figure income to become the mayor by choice. I was doing well, so he could, right? By choice, he gave up a 6-figure income and $1 million retirement package because he felt called to serve his community. That was more important to him. I get it, kind of, but anyway, right? He had to do what filled up his cup and brought him joy and made him feel purposeful in life, right? Up to this point, serving me and helping me in all of my career choices has always been his priority. It was time for him to do what he wanted to do and to shine, okay? So what happened was the existing politician decided he didn't like that and tried to get the company said he could run for mayor and keep his job, right? The company he worked for said he could run for mayor and keep his job. The other politician decided he didn't like that, decided to commit libel and slander and say bad things about my husband and to try to get him terminated. Okay. So we pray for them. My husband gets told you can't do both. You're not going to be able to do both now. It's causing too much controversy at the bank. My husband says, great. I resign. I choose to be mayor. Okay. Keep in mind, this is a servant position. I said, you what? He said, I feel called to do it. I feel like this is God's work and I need to do it. I said, okay. The other person decides to keep saying bad things about us in the community, right? Other people believe him. That my husband just made up all kinds of stuff, right? You never want to be that person. Even worse, you never want to be the person that shares false things about another. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose respect. You're going to lose respect. Don't do it, right? We learned a lot during that process, right? Unfortunately, I am not good at handling that stuff, so my husband, is going to have to make some choices in the future about continuing or not continuing to do what he loves because of the bad people out there, unfortunately, and how it affects our family. But rise above. The second you feel like reposting something negative about another company, I don't care if it's Young Living or CBD oil or another supplement or I don't care, or bad experience at the grocery store. The next time you think about posting or reposting something negative, remember, people aren't attracted to negative. It's not going to attract people to you as a person, and it's not going to attract people to you as a business owner. People do not want to do business with drama and negativity people. So don't be those people. It is why it doesn't matter what we do, we are always successful because we are always positive and helpful in everything that we do. Whether it's planning a city festival, being the mayor, being a realtor, being a stay at home mom. When I was a stay at home mom, when I was sick, I was still helpful to others. In doTERRA, always helpful to others. So if something ever happened in doTERRA and I had to go create a new business, everyone would still be attracted to me because I would never say anything bad about another business or person. And so people continue to follow me. If you're on Facebook posting negative stuff about the health situation, about politics, about whatever, I don't care, you're going to lose that attraction because you're putting out negative and not positive. Or you will attract negative, which is no better. Doesn't mean you don't get to have an opinion. It just means if you want to be successful in business and live a happy, healthy life, not everyone needs to hear your opinion. You have the right to an opinion. You also have the right to remain silent. Okay? You have the right to remain silent, right? And be better respected. Be respectful. Don't be gross in your business. Always choose the good. Remember, every situation, I can find the good or the bad or the ugly. What do you choose to find? My doTERRA business is good. My life is good. I need eye surgery. I can't see squat. That's why my newest trifold isn't done. Or, right, I'm going to get help with the make and take or have my eyes fixed before the convention make and take. But, point being, I could choose to look at all the bad things in my life. I'm overweight. I can't see right now. Take your pick, right? Take your pick on bad. Fear, envy, and jealous is a lower vibration. Thanks, Michelle. This is awesome. The Zimmers are at a higher vibration, I guarantee you. It doesn't matter what happens in our life now either. For example, anytime something bad happens to us where people attack us, God makes sure whatever your beliefs are, I'm not putting my beliefs on you because again, that's for you, not for me. Your business is not my business, all right? God always makes sure that anytime someone attacks us, we come out better. And he's trained me to know that. So when something bad does happen, I cry for a minute and then I say something amazing is going to come from this, but I don't know what. Something really, really bad happened to me about 18 months ago in my business. And I said, something is going to come from this. Poof. Catapulted me into doTERRA corporate. I got to speak at convention on skincare. I got to speak twice at Healthy Habits. I got to speak at Post Convention Tour, and I'd never spoken at corporate in 5 years for corporate, right? Someone did something bad to me. It made me look really bad. I felt bad, and I said, you know what, other person? I'm going to prove to you who I am, what I am, and I'm going to prove to you that what you just shared with me about me isn't true. And within 2 weeks, I got an apology and I got all these opportunities landed in my lap that never would have happened had someone not personally attacked me and gone down the good and the ugly, the bad and the ugly road. Had they never gone down the road of the bad and the ugly and attacked me, it never would have catapulted me to the next level of good. So anytime something bad happens to you, I don't care what your beliefs are, there's an underlying message there. It could be just a lesson. It could be just a lesson. It could catapult your business. It could create a new lifelong friendship or relationship for you. Find the good. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Go out and spread the good and choose good. Happy wheeling. Love you guys. Bye.